Game number 5 of the NorCal Tip-Off Classic, and we've got a good one. The number 7 ranked, preseason ranked Cal High sports team, Windward Wildcats, 4-0 on the season, take on Clovis West, number 25 in the preseason rankings, and quite a bit of talent for both teams. Going to be a great game here on NorCal Sports TV. I'm joined by my broadcast partner, Anthony Silva. Anthony, going to be quite a basketball game. You've got some high-quality talent on both sides.
Yeah, the Clovis West Golden Eagles on one side, then, of course, the Windward Wildcats. Teams that height is really not a huge factor, as if, you know, when we were back at the last game, but both teams who can score and teams that have played. Windward's 4-0, and then the other side, Clovis West, this is their second game of the year, so playing more games, would you say Windward has a slight advantage, or do you think that does not matter?
Well, it's a road trip for Windward. they've got some very talented players. 2 sophomores, Dylan Andrews with offers already from UCLA, USC, Northern Arizona, UC Irvine, and Utah, just to name a few. And then Kajani Wright, same thing for him, UCLA, USC, Stanford, Vanderbilt, UNLV, was a gold medal winner in the under-16 FIBA championship for Team USA. And then on the other side with Clovis West, they're led by their junior guard, Cole Anderson, has already got offers from UC Santa Barbara, Montana, San Jose State, UC San Diego, and Cal Poly. Been playing since a freshman, so he's used to games like this, and we're expecting a really good basketball game here. Game number 5 of the NorCal Tip-Off Classic. This broadcast of the NorCal Tip-Off Classic is brought to you in part by Recruiting Boost, Athletic College Placement Service, the NCS TV Summer Basketball Camp. Go to NorCalSportsTV.com/camp to learn more and get your $100 discount off camp tuition. Silicon Valley Sports, svsportsllc.com for more information. Practice Timing, created by coaches for coaches. PracticeTiming.com. Windward in blue and Clovis West in white. And looking forward to a great basketball game. I'm Chris Babcock, joined by Anthony Silva, our officials, Devin Anthony, Tim Brendan, and Randy Kahn. Game 5 of the NorCal Tip-Off Classic.
As Windward will start off with the basketball, and right away, that's a 5'3" point guard on the side of the Golden Eagles. So size is Jaron Carr. He can move his feet real well and get a lot of steals, and that's why he's on the floor due to that quickness. As immediately right down low and is blocked. But, yeah, they're going to feed the big fella down low.
But we got a foul early on. Marcel Sanders called for the foul. In good positioning down low, and already you can see Wright establishing his ground, setting his defender on his shoulder, getting the pass, and going to the basket. But unfortunately for the Wildcats, misses his first free throw. They beat Culver City 79-50 in their last game.
Yeah, both teams are coming off wins. As for the Golden Eagles, they did get a win versus Merced, winning by 50 points, and if not more. They completely dismantled them, and now the ball will stay here.
So Windward lost to George Washington in the first round of the CIF D1 SoCal playoffs last year, and then lost to Chino Hills 49-47 in the Southern Section D1 semifinal. They were runner-up in the Gold Coast League to, you guess it, Sierra Canyon.
And the ball is moving around. Ping-pong the ball with movement and a big rebound, but stripped by Carr. Look how fast this man is. And a great lead pass over there from Carr, and a great finish inside by Anderson.
That is a great pass of pushing the ball up, hits the free throw line, and lands perfectly into the teammate's hand, and it's a 2-0 lead for the Golden Eagles. Coached by Vance Wahlberg.
As Harris with the basketball, guarded by Anderson.
From 1990 to 2002, Coach Wahlberg was 348-68. He came back in 2016, and this is his 4th year back with the Golden Eagles.
Anderson, yeah, he missed the push shot, Wright had the rebound, and there is a foul right out of the gate. You can't check like that with your hands or your body.
If we've learned one thing today, Anthony, is you can't play defense with your hands. Vance Wahlberg, innovative dribble drive motion offense, and I believe somebody I'm sitting next to played for Coach Wahlberg back in the day.
Well, last year they went 30-4 and were top 25 in California. So winning is contagious as the ball is deflected off of Carr and will stay here.
And Coach Wahlberg, 46 seconds in the game, is pleading his case.
Yeah, he's animated. You can tell he's moving, he's talking.
Keys to victory, hit threes, rebound, and run for Clovis West.
And a strong drive, no good by Anderson, but there is a foul.
Keys to victory, according to Colin Pfaff in his 4th season with Windward. Limit turnovers, defend, dribble, drive without fouling, and crash the boards for 32 minutes. Andrews at the free throw line, just a sophomore.
As he hits the first, but with Coach Pfaff, it's funny you say in 2015, when they had a former coach, Rob Foster, they go 11-17. Then the following year, Pfaff's first year, they go an amazing 23-7, and they win 2 games in the CIF section. In just a year, he flipped the switch. That's nice to see as a first-year head coach when you first arrived.
Looking for his 70th career win in the high school ranks at Windward.
As that ball's out of bounds and will belong to the Wildcats.
And something he was prideful in. The fact that we do not have any transfers on this team. They return all 5 starters from last season.
Yeah, that's a huge advantage. And there's another foul. It's good to have active hands, but you don't want to overdo it. And back-to-back fouls, as there should be a quick substitution.
And here's guys getting handsy.
Yeah, right there. You just don't need to do that. Anderson even, shrugging his shoulders.
And he did his job. Cole did his job of forcing the defender to his teammate. But at that point, you play defense with your feet, and you're in a good situation, maybe a possible trap, but you foul, and it'll be inbound for Windward.
Yeah, Almanza was guarding Andrews, and Andrews is fouled, and he'll be back at the free throw line.
Sanders with a no-doubt foul on that play, and it'll be free throws. So outlook for Clovis West, it'll take time to figure out our roles, but with our lack of size, we have to make it up with hustle and defense. Hardworking team has hit its share of threes to stay in this game because of size, and Anderson is their one returning starter, and quite a starter he is. And remember, his sister Megan was a state champion at Clovis West, and on our original All NorCal Sports TV All NorCal Games team, and is playing at San Jose State.
As he knocks down a couple of free throws, 4-2. The lead is to the Wildcats. Anderson with the basketball. Tough floater, and no. And, yep, they will say he was shooting. He'll get 2 free throws. Anderson, very crafty. He can shoot that floater. He can get to the basket. Probably why he's going to be playing at the next level.
Plays a lot of basketball, high confident, summer league games, traveling around, and very good basketball player, and just a junior, so he has his best games in front of him.
Yeah, Clovis West. They are in the Tri-Rivers Basketball League. Last year they won their league with a 9-1 record in league. So winning is a big deal over there. They are trapping near the half-court line, and now Almanza with that tight defense. And there's a 3 in the corner, and it's long. Harris.
They were the D1 section, Central Section D1 champions last year, and they lost in the quarterfinal in the NorCal playoffs.
Anderson trying to go to work, wanted a foul at the bump. He's not going to get it. Rebound underneath. And the Wildcats will now look to work offensively.
Hopper with a good job defensively. You've seen between him and the basket.
And great defense just on the other end. A little alley-oop to Anderson. He gets it and the foul. You can put that on the tab. And Anderson getting up. What a great pass and great defense over there for Clovis West.
Great players can play with the basketball in their hand, but what do you do when you don't have? You fill the lane. You get to a spot where you can score, and your teammate Vang shares the basketball.
Yeah, Vang, the 5'9" junior, the point guard. When you're shorter, you have to use, your hands. You got to be a gritty player. You got to be dirty, and great hands over there. Great help defense. As the Wildcats will try to get past this softer press, and almost another steal. Pull-up jumper, long. Harris was long again on a jumper, and now he gets it back. He could look to attack with no defender on him. And, look at the quick double move and floater. Short. Three-pointer, short. as once again, these second and third chance opportunities, you would think they're bound to score. Another three in the corner. That one is good, and you cannot blame them. That's just when you give a team too many opportunities, they're going to make shots.
I don't know if they shot 5 times. Let's just say they did. You're going to give them 5 shots, they're going to make 1.
Right. Anderson, look at the backdoor cut. Right, sent it down, but he got fouled, so Anderson will be at the line.
We like to educate and entertain, but here's somebody educating us. This is the last possession for Windward. But Anderson, once again, of moving without the ball in his hands. Again, everybody can go into one mode with the ball and dribbling, etc. But when your best player is strong without the basketball in his hand, it creates a culture of sharing the basketball.
As Anderson hits free throws, a good shooter as he's made all his free throws thus far. Shapiro pull-up jumper, no good, fighting underneath. And a great rebound by Harris, who keeps it alive. They're going to call the foul on that bump that was on the floor. And guilty of that foul is Caleb Johnson, the 6'3 freshman. Is continuing to fight underneath, as you see there. That foul right there, there was the bump.
Yeah. No doubt with the shoulder dip. You're going to get called every time on that. Jackson with the foul had 16 points in the opening win for Clovis West.
Harris will inbound the basketball. Andrews now looking to attack middle. Almanza, very physical defense. They're going to call a blocking foul because he possibly went under him while he was in the air. And once again, another trip to the free throw line for the Wildcats. And that's a tough call, but maybe he was under him, maybe he wasn't. But this Wildcats offense right now is very high-powered. They score over 80 points per game so far this season, and their defense has been just as good. They only give up 44.5 points per game. These are teams that are firing on all cylinders early in the season.
McKellen was called for the foul, but I like the fact that he at least forced Andrews to go left. Do that again, but don't foul.
Yes, it's tough to see. Yep, it is a zone, and Clovis West is going to have to adjust their offense. A lot of communicating, a lot of talk. You see the coaching staff for Windward all on their feet trying to communicate. Anderson now with the basketball. Shot clock now at 5 seconds. Anderson, he just needs that little bit of space, but he misses that three. And we will get call on the floor is from the official near the half-court line.
Yeah, I think they just called that the ball hit the top of the backboard, and they'll get the basketball to Windward. For Windward, we're excited about where the program is currently going, returning the majority of scoring from last season. Our underclassmen getting experience last year. We feel like we're able to compete with a lot of top-tier programs. That's from Coach Fath of Windward.
As Tillis with the ball. Look at Yang clapping his hands, moving his feet, saying, bring it on. And, I think Tillis said, hey, you might want to hit the weight room, but it is a travel. And hard to say if that was a travel, but that was great defense by Vang. He moves his feet.
Heart and passion will get you a long way.
As Carr now dribbles up the floor. Great pass. He's small, but don't let that fool you. He's lightning speed, probably the fastest kid on the court. As Carr, a three-pointer. The lefty, it's good.
Something fundamentally that Clovis West does. When they catch, they turn immediately and face the basket. They're looking for the opportunity. Do I have opening to the basket, or do I have a teammate that's opening? They're in constant looking for an open layup, an open person, teammate to throw the ball to. Constant movement, something Coach Wahlberg stresses.
And, yeah, now they're trying to move that basketball. Look at that. The middle is wide open in that zone. And making him pay is Max Phillips, the 6'4 senior, wide open. He could have popped a couch and a drink. He would have been just fine down there.
Patience and then a turnover.
Another turnover. The Wildcats with back-to-back turnovers. And, yes, we are going to get a timeout by the Wildcats as this game is knotted up at 11 with 2 minutes to go in the first quarter.
You're watching the 2019 NorCal Tip-Off Classic on NorCal Sports TV, presented by recruiting boost.
Finding athletic college scholarships can be an overwhelming task for athletes. It's essential to utilize experts and former college coaches who know the ins and outs of college recruiting. At Recruiting Boost, we help prospective student athletes navigate the recruiting process from start to finish, ultimately helping them earn scholarship opportunities. We don't rely on cold emails or large databases. Instead, we have direct contact with college coaches through calls, texts, and social media. Contact us today.
So we're back, and they ran a little time off the clock before the timeout, or after the timeout, rather. So we've got 2:03 left in the quarter. Clovis West off to a great start by having great possessions.
Yeah, and the score on the scoreboard was also wrong. The score is actually 13-9 as Anderson with a three, and it's no good. Rebound by the Wildcat, hit underneath the backboard. Hard to say if that's a turnover or not, but they're going to let him play anyway. Now they're trapping the guards on that side off of the legs, and here comes Carr with the touch pass. Look at the ball movement. It's nice to see when the ball doesn't hit the floor. They're just moving it, and it equals a good shot that is out of bounds and will go to the Wildcats. But you have to appreciate that was beautiful ball movement.
Every time down, if you're at home, hey, how do you play this game? Clovis West is playing hard. They're playing clean basketball and giving themselves an opportunity to cash in.
As Richard, no good. Right, clanging, banging, no. Rebound, no. Try to get it again. It's a 3-on-1, and he tried to cross back to the left side, but he's fouled as Phillips was pushing the tempo on offense for Clovis West.
Shapiro does a good job. Had 18 against Culver City, but reaches in and was outmanned there in the 1-on-3 situation and commits a smart foul and lets things regroup. And they'll inbound the ball underneath the basket.
Well, Vang will be inbounding for the Golden Eagles. And underneath is Phillips, who gets the layup. Great play. And
everybody's running around, Anthony. Everybody's running around, but Phillips ball fakes and goes to the basket uncontested.
As we see Tillis backing down his defender. Maybe not the shiftiest player, but hey, he's going to try to use his muscle. And there he is using it again, but follows his shot and gets the rebound. Found a way to pass it, and it's no good. You have to appreciate the physicality down low, and Wright finishes it.
Need to see more of that, more touches for him, involve him in the offense. But constant movement for Clovis West was the reason why they had the easy layup in the last possession, because this constant movement, it forces the defense. You don't know where you're going to come from. So you get this constant movement, and then all of a sudden you go into attack mode. It's an uncontested layup. It's not going to happen every time, but when you move the ball, good things happen.
His shot clock down to 5. There's a nice touch shot by Phillips, and once again, the middle of the defense is exposed, and the clock now at 1, and there is a foul. It's a blocking foul.
And that's his third. Not a smart foul.
Yeah, as he just put his hands up, and then bam, Andrews collided into him. He wanted the 3 free throws. He's trying to explain to the official that he was shooting, which in this instance kind of makes sense because there was only a second left, but the official is not going to give it to him. However, it will be 1-1.
So Coach Wahlberg, you watching here, and he's mad at the official. No. He was upset with Sanders of fouling in the back court with the quarter ready to wind down. And so now, instead of leading by 6, They have an opportunity, Windward does, to cut into this deficit, but not a good decision by Sanders of trying to draw the charge in the paint, not in the backcourt, big fella.
Yes, it is 1-1, and he missed the free throw, so he is not rewarded the second one. He tried to get it, though. He was asking, hey, can I get another one, please? And no, it's sold out.
At least he said please, Anthony. Rarely used these days. You're watching the 2019 NorCal Tip-Off Classic on NorCal Sports TV, presented by
Family is one of the most important things in this life.
And every family deserves to be happy in a home, just like we are in our home.
A house is just walls, but a home is everything and all the life that's lived in between.
Wow. And then I get to do this for Nichols. All right, what do we got? Vincent R. Maher, a professional law corporation, the Maher Group, and we really appreciate Vincent's partnership. A simple free ad 4 years ago is turned into a 4-year partnership with Vincent R. Maher, the Maher Law Group, a professional law corporation. 17-11, high-paced first quarter, but I like how Clovis West is playing. Windward's got to get back to the basics.
Yeah, what's crazy is Windward, so far this season, in their 4 games, averages 26 points in the first quarter. They've been held to 11. That's a win in itself for Clovis West. Now let's see if they can pick up the tempo and where they left off. And, well, hey, that's a good start. A 3-pointer right down Broadway for Vang. As it's 20-11, Clovis West. The Golden Eagles are flying mighty high right now, leading by 9. As there's Tillis, muscle man, down low.
An opportunity for a 2-man game, and Tillis goes to the basket and doesn't give Wright an opportunity to touch the basketball.
Anderson was a little short on that 3-pointer, and there is a foul.
There is a great teammate. Vang telling his teammate, don't reach in the backcourt. And when you have teammates coaching or leading teammates, it makes it so much easier to coach. Trust it from a longtime coach. When you have guys out on the floor or on the field coaching and teaching teammates and leading, it shows you've got great culture, and that's the winning attitude at Clovis West.
As the Wildcats knock down a free throw, the first of the 1-1, they will now get another opportunity. As it's 20-12 with 7 minutes and 6 seconds remaining in this first half. 20-12, now 20-13. Clovis West has a 7-point lead.
Our next game coming up, Game 6 from the NorCal Tip-Off Classic. Archbishop Mitty against D2 state champion Campolindo.
Yeah, that should be a great game. The seats will. Good luck finding a seat in that game. Look at Carr with the half spin going the other way. Man, for a player that's not that tall, he certainly plays tall. What a great shifty move.
Uncontested. And you've got a big kid like Wright. They don't defend the basket, and that was the result.
Tillis no good on a 3-pointer.
Playing bigger than his size.
And look at him. Carr, very active, and then hitting it off the leg or body, if you say, of Andrews. Look at the hustle of Carr.
This move here.
Look at that spin. That's nice.
Fearless. And then when the ball goes down on the defensive end, he's all over the place and gets the steal.
Yeah, hit him with the spin cycle. And now the defense knows, hey, man, I got to start moving my feet. This man is very quick. And there's Vang with the guarded very tightly. Excellent defense over there by Harris.
So Windward switches to the man-to-man defense after playing a lot of zone.
Carr, shot clock at 3 seconds. It's going to be very difficult. He throws it up and it's short. Wow, it looked online at first, but very short. Here come the Wildcats. A corner pocket three, pump fake, then go for the mid-range. People say it's a lost arc, but you saw it right there.
Andrews awarded for the great defense on the other side of the court. They go into transition mode and get the mid-range shot, and then right with the Wilson burger. Back to Anderson.
Yep, Anderson. Maybe it was best he didn't spike the block because it went right to a cold-blooded shooter, and he nails the three. And we have a timeout by the Wildcats. And one thing you have to appreciate, Anderson, when he catches it, just know he's going to let it fly.
Recruiting boost, athletic college placement service. The NCS TV summer basketball camp. Go to NorCalSportsTV.com/camp to learn more and get your $100 discount off camp tuition. Silicon Valley Sports, svsportsllc.com for more information. Practice timing created by coaches for coaches, practicetiming.com. The Maher Law Group, a professional law corporation. Straight Sports, custom uniforms. Go to straightsports.com for more. Fit Pro Go, most delicious shake ever. And American Asphalt, taking care of business in the Bay Area for over 35 years.
As Gertner inbounding the basketball, and right away a trap, but that back end is exposed. As Harris no good. The Wildcats probably need to slow down a little bit and try to work some offenses. They are down by 10.
How about let Wright touch the basketball?
Yeah, that would be a good start, who actually is your best player.
But who's playing good defense? Max Phillips playing gritty D inside, protecting the paint.
Tillis with that powerful up and under. You saw that went right under the hands of Watts and got a nice layup. Great job. It's now an 8-point deficit.
I believe he's committed to Point Loma.
Yeah, Point Loma, and there's a backcourt violation. Great defense over there by Tillis, but Point Loma was actually a team that I played against, and they went all the way to the NCAA championship. They had a second-round draft pick. Point Loma's no joke.
Well, and noticed that Windward has turned up the heat defensively.
Yeah, they have. They're getting into the players, and they're forcing uncomfortable shots and looks. And there he is. There's Wright, the high-low to Tillis. That's a good start, but it's a travel by Tillis. As you have to appreciate the high-low, but you can't shuffle your feet.
I'd like to reverse those two.
As guarded tightly, Anderson trying to scuffle it. Oh, a hand-checking call. Not happy with that call is Gertner, the 5'11 junior, but he was moving his feet. And Anderson, I thought, lost the ball at first, but he got lucky. It was a foul call.
He knows the situation. It's kind of a mismatch and draws the foul.
Yeah, Gertner, you could already tell, face guarding Anderson. So how they get Anderson open will be nice. And you know there's no help on that side as Carr with the basketball.
He's denying him the basketball, but Anderson will find a way.
As we see Watts guarded by Wright. Carr, shot clock at 10. A hard drive and a floater. No good. The bank was not open. As Tillis pushing the ball. Look at that lead pass to Wright, but it was a little too hot. And back to the Golden Eagles. Carr pushing it up.
A little more patience for Windward.
Yeah, there's that half spin again, but this time it did not work. Great defense over there on that side by Shapiro. As you look at the Wildcats bench, it's busy as the replay of the block, and there's that half spin. He loves going back to that left hand. But the Wildcats defense has been active, but so have their coaches. They've all been coming up and talking, and you just don't know which one's going to move. As Phillips down low, and that probably will be a travel. It will be turnover.
And when Windward has switched to this man-to-man defense, Clovis is trying to beat it with the dribble, and they've been so successful up to this point at beating them with the pass. So although the defense has changed, your moda operandi has got to be continued to pass and cut.
Harris with the ball, a great diagonal pass, and he fell down. Wright now has the ball in the corner, but Shapiro fell down, probably caused this turnover. Look at Anderson attacking the basket with authority and a great finish.
Carr got in the passing lane, knowing his angles, must be good at geometry, I'm just guessing. He cut off that passing angle, got the steal, and Anderson with the bucket.
Hopper was going left, and they're going to send that second defender right away. There's Wright down low. And you're right, although they're not getting the ball to Wright, who is their best player, you have to also tip your cap to the Clovis West defense.
They're closing out on them, but when you've gone this deep in the game and you haven't got a lot of touches, sometime as a young player, and Wright was in a little bit too much of a hurry on that particular possession. But look at the size of that young man.
Yeah, he's
just a sophomore.
Yeah, standing tall at 6'8". And a tough shot on the baseline. No good. Rebound by Vang. Pushing it up to Carr. We got to get a fancy finish. No, all backboard. And the ball will stay here. But when you're a shorter guard, that's tough. You're already at a disadvantage. Then you got to get over the trees. And sometimes when, you try to get over those trees, you can't see the basket.
Good defense from Windward, defending the shot, but not fouling or trying to block the shot.
As Vang trying to get the ball in, he finally does. Watts looking at her now, is going to fire the three. It's short. He was trying to follow it, but Vang with the rebound. Carr had all day to shoot the three, and a great rebound by Tillis. And now we have some bodies flying on the hardwood, and there's a foul. Good tough box out over there by Brandon Richard, the 6'7" junior. But let's see down low how physical it was. Seems like a no call there, would you say?
I'll trust the officials' judgment. Windward at the free throw line. Brandon Richard.
Yeah, he's shooting two, and he was awfully short on that one. It's 27-17. Clovis West leads by 10. And checking in, Caleb Johnson, the 6'3" freshman for the Golden Eagles.
So Windward will be in the double bonus for the rest of the half.
As Richard knocked down the second free throw. A 9-point game, Carr. And look at that, corner pass has been open all day. Phillips attacking hard, trying to find Johnson. And those turnovers are adding up. Tillis loses the basketball, but he is out of bounds. And that is a tough call. Tillis seemed he was laying out of bounds. So you would think automatically by him touching it, it would be a turnover. But the official thought otherwise.
Well, you can see all the officials in the stands trying to make a better call.
Yeah, they obviously have the right to do so.
It's always easy to officiate from the bleachers. We support our officials here at NorCal Sports TV.
Yeah, we do. They have the toughest job in the business, and there is a foul as Richards got hit in the back of the head, Richard, and he'll be shooting 2 free throws. But, yeah, the men in stripes, they have a tough job.
This is a quality possession for Windward. Pass the ball out, cut to the basket, feed the player, and Richard at the free throw line, the 6'7" junior.
Yeah, he was 1 for 2 from the line, now 1 of 3. It's like deja vu. He missed the first free throw when he went to the free throw line last time, and now he's shooting the second one, which he made. Yeah, it's like deja vu. He's now 2 for 4 from the free throw line and 0 for 2 when he shoots the first free throw. Great ball movement. Great way to dribble that basketball as Anderson and gets right to his spot in the mid-range and nails it.
He's probably shot that 15,000 times. Free throw jumper, nails it home.
Hopper with a hard drive, all backboard, and the ball will go to the Golden Eagles. So Wright will be checking back into the game. He's by the scores table, and he will take out Hopper. But they got to give Wright the basketball. You could tell he wants it down low.
Opportunity to go up 12 here with a basket.
Yeah, Gertner has a tough job guarding Anderson. As we have a whistle on the floor.
They call 3 in the key? No foul.
Yeah, it was not a foul. But yeah, possibly a 3 in the key call. A whistle. As with just over a minute to go, 29-19. Tillis all the way. There is a foul before the shot. It's on the ground.
They'll be shooting 2 free throws.
As with just over 1 minute to go, Clovis West leads by 10. And Devin Tillis will shoot 2 at the free throw line.
The Soares team, Iron Key Real Estate. Sean and Chelsea Soares had the pleasure of working a football game a couple of years, 2 years ago at Fresno City College. Appreciate their support of NorCal Sports TV.
Yeah, we do. As it's now 29-21. The Golden Eagles now lead by 8.
Could have gone up 12, and then Windward's battling back and get a stop here. They have a great opportunity.
And Wright fouls Phillips. It seems that Phillips is always at the right place at the right time, which is right in the middle of their defense, and he's been rewarded with buckets and now free throws.
He's got a great floor sense. And it's not a talent that's marked on some, combine thing or AAU thing. It's just having a great court sense of being at the right place at the right time. And as we've seen early today, this young man has shown that ability.
Yeah, and he goes 1 for 2 from the free throw line. As Windward trying to find some type of rhythm. Tillis, and that's one of the worst shots in basketball when your feet are right on the three-point line. You got to make up your mind. As here comes Clovis West. Anderson, it seems he can just get to the basket whenever he wants, and that floater's butter.
Very confident.
As 32-21, he almost forgot the basketball, but Andrews skipping it all the way over to Harris. Floater too strong.
And Wright is wide open underneath the basket, and it's a potential 2-on-1 situation. Windward doesn't take advantage, but they'll retain the possession. And Anderson, constant movement, back and forth, under the basket, cutting from the wing, and that's how you frustrate a defense.
And wow, they try to get that high-low action and swing it to the left side, but a steal by Anderson and a great layup by, well, guess who? Right place, right time, Max Phillips. As Wright just has not been able to get the basketball, and that's because of great team defense by the Golden Eagles. 9 seconds to go in the first half as we're now under 5 seconds, 34-21. Andrews 3, it's good. Right before the first half, as that will conclude the first half as it's 34-21. The Golden Eagles have a nice 13-point lead headed into halftime, and we're going to see if they added that 3 on the scoreboard. Yeah, now they do. It's 34-24. Clovis West leads by 10 headed into halftime.
This broadcast of the NorCal Tip-Off Classic is brought to you in part by Recruiting Boost, Athletic College Placement Service, the NCS TV Summer Basketball Camp, NorCalSportsTV.com/camp to learn more and get your $100 discount off camp tuition. Silicon Valley Sports, SVSportsLLC.com for more information. Practice Timing, created by coaches for coaches. The Maher Law Group, a professional law corporation. Straight Sports, custom uniforms. Go to straightsports.com for more. Fit Pro Go, most delicious shake ever. And American Asphalt, taking care of business for over 35 years in the Bay Area. And the Soares team, Iron Key Real Estate.
Practice timing is created by coaches for coaches. Practice timing helps you create, store, and time your practices. Practices are timed on coaches' phones, in our app with push notifications to remind coaches of transitions with notes and messaging. The user interface is easy to use with a drag and drop feature. Copies practices, stores all previous activities and practices. Never use paper or any other expensive, bulky, hard to see timers again. Check out practice time.
Check out practicetiming.com or email us at info@practicetiming.com for further details.
Finding athletic college scholarships can be an overwhelming task for athletes. It's essential to utilize experts and former college coaches who know the ins and outs of college recruiting. At Recruiting Boost, we help prospective student athletes navigate the recruiting process from start to finish, ultimately helping them earn scholarship opportunities. We don't rely on cold emails or large databases. Instead, we have direct contact with college coaches through calls, texts, and social media. Contact us today.
Do you need an aggressive and persuasive criminal defense attorney in Contra Costa, Solano, or Napa County? Contact Vincent R. Maher, attorney at law. You can benefit from the dedicated advocacy of an attorney who's one of the rare criminal trial lawyers in the state to be a specialist certified by the California State Bar. Contact him at 707-427-2800, 707-427-2800. Vincent R. Maher at the Maher Law Group, a professional corporation.
Family is one of the most important things in this life.
And every family deserves to be happy in a home, just like we are in our home.
A house is just walls, but a home is everything and all the life that's lived in between.
Practice timing is created by coaches for coaches. Practice timing helps you create, store, and time your practices. Practices are timed on coaches' phones, in our app with push notifications to remind coaches of transitions with notes and messaging. The user interface is easy to use with a drag and drop feature. Copies practices, stores all previous activities and practices. Never use paper or any other expensive, bulky, hard-to-see timers again. Check out Practice Time.
Check out practicetiming.com or email us at info@practicetiming.com for further details.
Finding athletic college scholarships can be an overwhelming task for athletes. It's essential to utilize experts and former college coaches who know the ins and outs of college recruiting. At Recruiting Boost, we help prospective student athletes navigate the recruiting process from start to finish, ultimately helping them earn scholarship opportunities. We don't rely on cold emails or large databases. Instead, we have direct contact with college coaches through calls, texts, and social media. Contact us today.
So earlier today, St. Patrick St. Vincent beat Moreau Catholic 93-58. Jalen Scott was our player of the game, had 26 points. Bishop O'Dowd beat Modesto Christian 65-49. Jalen Lewis, just a freshman, had 17 points and 14 rebounds, was our player of the game. Grant beat Newark Memorial 58-55. A.J. McGee had 21 points and was our player of the game. Reardon beat Jay Sarah 64-59, led by Bryce Monroe's 33 points, was the player of the game. We're here at halftime as Clovis West leads Windward 34-24. Windward ranked number 7 in the Cal High Sports preseason rankings. The Golden Eagles of Clovis West, number 25. And Clovis West, led by Cole Anderson's 17 points.
Yeah, Clovis West leading the way with 17, as you just said, and also, well, a disappointing stat for the Windward Wildcats. One of their best players, Kayani Wright, only 2 points. That's a big-time player that's not being utilized. That's frustrating if you're a coach. 2 points is unacceptable in the first half.
So I think at halftime, Coach Pfaff's going to talk to his team and say, we got to play better defense and let our big guy get touches.
As we're here at Newark Memorial in Newark, California for the 13th annual NorCal Tip-Off Classic. As we'll see what the second half has for us, as there will be too many steps to travel.
So you remember what Sanders did the last time he was on the court. Committed his third foul trying to draw a charge in the back court. Was immediately put on the bench with 3 fouls. Starts the third quarter trying to do too much, turns the ball over, and it's a layup for Windward.
Yeah, Andrews just bursted through the middle of the court and with an easy layup, like a warm-up layup basically. And now it's 34-26. Windward only down by 8. Anderson, oh, what a tough pull-up jumper. As he hits it, he now has 19 points.
He can shoot the threes, but his mid-range game is off the hook.
And Andrews pushing the ball up the court again and finding Harris for 3. Very short, but a cookie fell right into Tillis's hands, and he puts it right back up.
Sanders did a good job of blocking out right, but Nobody blocked out Tillis and got the putback.
Yeah, it's a little two-man game. Anderson, 3, backboard, no good. Good defense over there by Hopper. Harris, that drop pass to right, goes up strong and finishes. Maybe that will get him going.
Breaking news. Wright got a field goal and a touch.
Yeah, that is breaking news as it's 36-30. Windward trying to pick up the defensive intensity, but yes, that's one of your best players only with 4 points. They have to feed him the rock. There's a lot of success in the first half for the Golden Eagles was Phillips. As Carr now with the ball, shot clock at 10. And you can hear the bench counting it down. Carr dribbling around, not going really anywhere. And there you go, a free steal by Andrews. And look at this, bursting right down the middle and an easy pull-up in the paint. There is nobody stopping the basketball.
So with the exception of the Anderson field goal, Windward has really got off to a great start here in the third quarter. And then a Hopper with a side of elbow to Anderson, calls him for the push.
Yeah, you can't.
And called for the early personal foul.
Yeah, Anderson moves so well without the basketball. Sometimes you can't help but try to keep him in front of you by grabbing him or bumping him. And if the official sees it, they're, of course, going to call it as we have a substitution. Henry Hopper coming out. Jake Shapiro coming in. And he'll have the assignment of guarding the explosive guard, Cole Anderson, who is only a junior, by the way.
One of the top 2021 guards in California.
And a tough floater, rebound right. Here come the Wildcats. Andrews very fast, and Wright will have the ball. That two-man game with the big fellas, they try to get it with Tillis.
And credit Max Phillips for not making it easy.
And look at Carr stripping, almost stripping Tillis at the high post. Good activity. Andrews driving hard. Fans wanted to travel. They didn't get it, and instead it's an Andrews layup.
He's a pretty good player himself. Multiple offers in the Pac-12, and it's a two-point game.
And what are we getting? An offensive foul. Yes, we are. Great defense. Tillis taking the contact, and that's why he's going to Point Loma.
Great defense. Getting your feet firmly planted in the paint, and Windward with the comeback and is a possession away of tying this thing or maybe even taking the lead.
As they're now trying to clean that wet spot, but yeah, he took the contact, fell right back.
And when you're bigger than the guy, when you're taking a charge, it's a lot easier.
Yeah, yeah, less contact to get hit by, so that's always nice. And Andrews has had point guard duties. Oh, what a great diagonal pass. Tillis wide open and makes him pay for three. That is great vision, and it equals a three.
And Wright, his guard, is well defended there. But what Tillis does, he looks at him for an option, keeps the spacing, and then nails the three. He's looking to get the ball to Wright, but that's a wide open look. And all of a sudden, Windward takes the lead. You're watching the 2019 NorCal Tip-Off Classic on NorCal Sports TV, presented by Recruiting Boost.
Family is one of the most important things in this life.
And every family deserves to be happy in a home, just like we are in our home.
A house is just walls, but a home is everything and all the life that's lived in between.
So once was a double-digit lead for Clovis West. Now they trail by one and then call the timeout and will possess the basketball. But Windward has got back of playing much better defense, and I love this. The officials having their own court awareness and knowing they've got a little perspiration on the floor and wiping things up. Recruiting Boost, Athletic College Placement Service, the NCSTV Summer Basketball Camp. Learn more and get your $100 discount off camp tuition. Silicon Valley Sports, svsportsllc.com for more information. And practicetiming.com, created by coaches for coaches.
And let's see what the coaches have drawn up on both sides. 37-36, that's going to be too many steps. And that equals a turnover. The Wildcats are going to try to extend their lead with 4:27 left in the third quarter.
So when you turn up the heat defensively and you make things that much more difficult, it's going to lead to those type of turnovers. And credit Windward of stepping up and turning on the heat.
Throwing it down low, and there's the big fella. Got to feed him. Richards with the nice right-handed layup, and the lead extended to 3.
Off the interface, coming down low in the paint, fed the ball, and gets the layup.
Anderson, no good, trying to add to his collection of points. And look at that. It seemed to be the same pass he threw earlier. He was open again, but this time he had the Butterfingers before.
Shapiro was looking to throw that ball before he possessed the ball. That's the result.
Yeah, Butterfingers can't allow that. Every possession, oh, well, right when I was going to say treat every possession as if it's a baby, they throw the baby away, it's a turnover. As back-to-back turnovers by both teams as substitution. Jaron Carr subbing out, Nick Almanza subbing in.
And I'm not seeing that same motion moving the basketball from Clovis West in the second half.
What a strong screen by Richard Andrew. Wide open for 3, no good. And he gets the rebound and gets a little Monte Ellis, the little rattler dunk you always see once in a while. But he got up there and threw it down.
The sophomore with the finish. And it's a 5-point lead for the Wildcats.
Anderson slipped up, but that is player control, offensive foul. And you could sense the momentum shifted in this game. As you can see both sides a little bit different. Coach Wahlberg not too happy with the call.
And they're going to warn the Clovis West bench.
Yeah, as Anderson was a little bit out of control on that drive.
Second charge that Windward has drawn here in the quarter.
Yeah, we see Andrews, the ball going right into his hands and then finishes strong. He's been very active early, hitting transition jump shots. Look, he's so tired, he needs some water on the bench. Coach has got to give it to him. As we do have a brief timeout as we figure out what's going on. And the referees are just making sure that the book knows that Coach Wahlberg for the Golden Eagles has been charged with a warning on the bench. I think that's really was the miscue there, but now we're all good.
The Soros team, Iron Key Real Estate, 559-825-1823.
And the lead pass to Andrews. He's been heavily involved in the second half. His transition ability is hard to stop. He just seems to be able to get to the basket. That ball actually hit off his foot, but it is a foul.
Reach in from behind, and Coach Pfaff was really looking for court spacing on that particular possession and taking advantage, trying to take advantage rather of their size.
As Harris being guarded by Almanza. The 5'6" guard, very active defensively. And Andrews trying to control the tempo as the shot clock's still hefty at 17 seconds, so they got to get something. But with 2:45 to go in the third quarter.
A lot of guys standing around.
Yep, they want that pick and roll. And he came right up. Harris 3. Yep, get them all.
Hey, that was our offense. Stand around and hit the late 3. Well, if it was, credit to Windward.
It worked well. Rebound, Richard. And now the Wildcats slowing it down. They were so fast to start the second half, but now they're looking to run some offense. And you're right, stand around, but they want that high pick and roll.
Golden possession, chance to go up double figures.
And an offensive foul by Richard as he tried to seal Phillips underneath.
I think he called him on a 3-second violation because he didn't go to the scores table to give a number, but a turnover from Windward. And really, if you look back and you go, gosh, we had a chance to go up 10, but see if Clovis West can cash in.
As Anderson trying to use that pick and roll, he's dribbling awfully a lot. Almanza almost forgot the basketball. Trying to reset and see what they could do. A tough shot by Anderson, and he gets bailed out with a foul. That will be charged to English.
Not a good foul. And shooters shoot, and Anderson put in this position. But see the white jerseys? First half, they're running, they're cutting, they're doing a lot of things. Things are slowing down. And then Anderson misses the free throw. Are they a little tired?
Possibly. And Anderson has not missed many free throws in this game. That's actually the first one he has missed. So getting him to the free throw line is a priority. And he's usually automatic. So let's see if he adjusts and knocks this second one down. And he will. So with that free throw, he now has 20 points for the game.
Has he only made the only 4 points this quarter for Clovis West?
Well, yeah, he does have, and there is a carrying violation. That's another turnover. Andrews confused with the call, but either way, he's going to have to live with it. Kind of sloppy on both ends so far. Turnovers, lack of movement, which we were saying earlier, and that's why they have not scored many points on both sides. And look at that, another turnover.
Careless basketball. And Coach Wahlberg looks to his team and points to his head, meaning let's make better decisions.
As it's 44-37, the Golden Eagles down by 7. Windward trying to extend their lead. English. As look, the coach is practically on the court.
Screen?
Yeah, I don't know. It would look like it. He was moving, trying to get a catch and shoot opportunity. Great block by Anderson. And buckle your seatbelts. Anderson takes flight. And he lands nicely. What a dunk right there in transition.
We were about a minute ago, and Windward was looking to go up 12. Now it's a 5-point game.
Yeah, and a dunk, although it's worth 2 points, is a three-pointer. You could tell he knew it was going in right when he released it. Dylan Andrews finishes.
Answers was a big basket, and then we've got a turnover carrying the basketball on Carr.
There's too many turnovers by both sides. Clovis West, they've been trying to dig into this deficit. And there's the carrying violation earlier, which he was very confused about. But yeah, they've had numerous opportunities to extend this lead. Windward now only leading by 8, and Clovis West, they're still in this game. As Carr with great active hands on defense and moving his feet. Andrews has been awfully busy this second half, and there's Wright, who we haven't heard a lot from, but he scores again.
Breaking news, just stayed down in the low block, and his teammate knew he was going to be there, lured the defense towards him with the assist, and Wright with his second field goal of the third quarter.
Well, 6 seconds remaining in the third quarter, down to 4. Anderson, you know he's going to take this shot. A 3, no, very long, and that will conclude the third quarter. 49-39, Windward leads by 10.
You're watching the 2019 NorCal Tip-Off Classic on NorCal Sports TV, presented by Recruiting Boost.
Finding athletic college scholarships can be an overwhelming task for athletes. It's essential to utilize experts and former college coaches who know the ins and outs of college recruiting. At Recruiting Boost, we help prospective student athletes navigate the recruiting process from start to finish, ultimately helping them earn scholarship opportunities. We don't rely on cold emails or large databases. Instead, we have direct contact with college coaches through calls, texts, and social media. Contact us today.
Welcome back as we're just starting the fourth quarter. 49-39. The Windward Wildcats lead the Golden Eagles by 10. And just like that, what do you know? Another turnover. Devin Tillis was traveling.
Indecision will always turn the ball over. Have a plan, stick to it.
Yeah, and he seemed to be confused, shuffled his feet, traveled. Right now, the leading scorers for both teams. Dylan Andrews, we do have a foul on the floor. That will be charged to Jaron Harris, but the scoring has been quite hefty. Cole Anderson has 22 points now before the fourth quarter starts. And then on the other side, you have Dylan Andrews, who also has 22 points. Both men have been scoring the ball at will.
Opportunity to knock this down to single digits. And Anderson draws the foul, and he'll get a couple of free throws.
Yeah, that was a tough layup as it is, so instead he went for the body contact and is rewarded for 2, but Wright has 6 points, and that's just a tough shot. He had 2 points at the end of the first half, and now Wright has 6 in total, 4 in the second half. Still not the production you're used to seeing from him. And Anderson will hit a pair.
8-point game, and then they'll press, pick up Windward in the backcourt.
Well, they're trapping right away. Tillis in a tough situation. He spins out of it, looking to turn the corner, and throws it right to Wright. Oh, what a great pass. Hopper, no.
Thank you very much if you're Clovis West.
As Carr, it's an 8-point game with 7 minutes to go. Anderson fell down, and there's a blocking foul that is charged to Jaron Harris.
15 foul on the Wildcats.
As inbound in the ball is Vang. He'll go up, and Phillips with the ball has had a good game as well, looking to attack and, try to get the backdoor pass to Anderson, but they will reset offensively. Look at Anderson. Tough shot hanging. That's definitely a shot you want him taking if you're Windward. Just contest, and from there you could go with what happens. As Windward trying to get going. The hot man right now is Dylan Andrews with 22 points. Anderson now has 24, and not a great pass underneath to Wright. He's frustrated. He's so used to scoring a bunch of points.
And what I'd like to see there, Anthony, is the fake up high and then entry pass off the floor. Get that defender off him with a ball fake. Make it easier on the big fella for a catch-and-shoot opportunity. That's a tough catch for anyone.
Yeah, as he's now out of the game. Coach Pfaff was trying to talk to him, and he was listening, but after that he's shaking his head. You could tell he's frustrated. As a turnover, Tillis with the ball. Anytime you score a lot of points, it must be frustrating when you have that game where you only score a little. As Tillis with the tough finish. And yes, it is the delay of game warning on Tillis as he touched the ball right after and went through the net. But still a tough finish nonetheless. The hesitation, and he loves contact.
That help from Sanders wasn't there. He's in foul trouble. He needs to help about 2 more feet up towards the free throw line. He doesn't, and it's a field goal.
Look at that. Andrews running through screens, and a good shot, but in and out. As Tillis yet again pushing the ball up the floor, turns the corner, and he is fouled. He was in the act of shooting. He's shooting 2, and they're going to help him up.
To say he stuck the landing would be an understatement. Watch 11 come down hard, playing hard, is fouled hard, landing is hard. It'll make it worth the landing if you can make both free throws and push this to a 12-point lead.
Yeah, and he plays hard, so.
He most certainly we've seen that all day. It's opening game or early in the season for all these teams. And the one thing that's been pretty consistent, there's been a few times where teams haven't hustled back on defense, but the effort has been there.
There's Tillis knocking down the first free throw.
Coming up in Game 6 is the state champions from Camp Alindo taking on, they won a few state championships of their own, the Archbishop Mitty Monarchs. And that is coming up around 7 o'clock here on NorCal Sports TV.
Yeah, I was here a few years ago when Aaron Gordon was a member of that team, and this place
pretty
was
okay
rocking.
Basketball player.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's still playing. I'd have to check. But, yeah, he is very good, and he could jump through the roof. And
still a very big supporter, and we'll get into that in the next game. But some great opponents, and as we've mentioned several times, out of the top 40 teams in the preseason rankings, 12 of them played here today.
Yeah, that's awesome. You don't get to say that very often in any tournament. So to see that here, college coaches, a lot of fans, it's always great, and we have a timeout on the floor.
Coach Pfaff, preventing the backcourt violation, calls the timeout. You're watching the 2019 NorCal Tip-Off Classic on NorCal Sports TV, presented by Recruiting Boost.
Family is one of the most important things in this life.
And every family deserves to be happy in a home, just like we are in our home.
A house is just walls, but a home is everything and all the life that's lived in between.
Welcome back. I'm Anthony Silva with Chris Babcock. We're here. It's 53-41 Windward with a 12-point lead here at Newark Memorial High School, home of the Cougars. And there's a three-pointer, no good. Rebound, Hopper fighting for it, and it goes right into the hands of Harris.
Coach Pfaff saying spread the court, work the offense, trying to make it a 14-point lead, and they just get careless.
Yeah, Harris tried to go right under the defense, and then a blocking foul on that end by Hopper. And those fouls are slowly starting to add up.
Two mistakes within 5 seconds, forcing the ball on the layup and then fouling in the back court. And they getting closer to the bonus, that being Clovis West.
And Phillips, look at that crafty spin move. And there's a foul on the floor, throwing up his hands, and he looks confused as Tillis, as he did not think it was a foul.
Well, we'll see if it is. Yep. You can't lean into the guy. You can in the football field, but not in the basketball court.
Yeah, as we do have a 1-and-1. As we do have a substitution as well. Richard checking out. And Wright checking right back in. Let's see how involved he can get. And here's the front end of the 1-and-1 by Phillips. And he will make it. In these last 5 minutes, would you say Wright needs the basketball more here? They obviously
he doesn't need. When we say give him touches, it doesn't mean he shoots every single time. It's just work him through the offense. It keeps the ball moving, and they're going to crash on him, which opens up your three-point shooting. Get him involved.
As he's yet to really be involved. He only has 6 points in this game. And you got to also credit the Clovis West defense. Tillis, oh, there's that pump fake, the flyby, and it's short. But he follows his shot. Look at him banging down low and getting the layup. Tillis.
It's like in summer basketball when they tell you to follow your shot. Well, in defense of that, Clovis West, when you have a guy shoot a three, you got to block him out. And the long rebound turns into an easy putback for Tillis.
Yeah, Tillis in the game has 13 points, and, man, he loves physical basketball. Bumps you when he drives. He's not the quickest player, but you feel his presence, especially when you're playing physically. He'll hit your chest good.
He's a perfect player for this team with the talent they have. You need a lunch pail, talented player like him that's not afraid to take a shot, not afraid to draw a charge, which we've seen a couple of times today.
And here they are trapping that first pass again, and what do you know? Cookies, a turnover, and a tough finish inside. That's what the Golden Eagles need to get back in this game. Martinez finished that layup. And a ball that's overthrown, and there it is, Chris, the press again.
And Andrews knew as soon as he threw that ball, that's a ball that needs a cutoff man. What I mean by that is throw the ball to midcourt or just keep it yourself. You're a very talented player and bring it up. But threw the long pass and wasn't a clear passing lane, and it's a turnover. And here's a chance for the Golden Eagles to go down to cut this deficit to 6 or less.
And there's a foul by Hopper, and wow.
And they'll be shooting free throws, and they're going to be in the double bonus the rest of the way.
Yeah, these are crucial 4 minutes for both of these teams. And now that they're able to shoot free throws, it's going to be 1-1 for Anderson.
And Hopper is fouled out.
Yes, Hopper has fouled out of a game, a defender that they need. They've used him wisely to guard Anderson, but Anderson's so good at creating contact that it's hard to keep him in the game the entire time.
Well, I like the officials come over and tell him, hey, he's fouled out of the game, but they've already made the substitution. But it's a mechanical thing. The official needs to tell the coach that the player is fouled out of the game, even though most of the people in the gym realize that. But you still have to tell the coach.
Is Shapiro will probably have the duties of guarding Anderson now as he makes the front end of the 1-1.
Chance to make it a 6-point game, and he does.
Yeah, with that free throw, he now has 28 points and is the leading scorer in this game. His offensive production has been through the roof. And they're trying to trap that first pass, but this time Clovis West couldn't get there, and a big three-pointer right off the bench is Shapiro.
No. Yes, Shapiro with the three.
Anderson trying to do some crafty ball handling and finishing. The foul's on the floor. It's going to be 1-1 again. Anderson's smart. He knows, hey, foul, I get free throws. As we see the replay, a big three by Shapiro, but Anderson going to the line again. It's like his home today.
He'll get 2 free throws, double bonus situation.
And he's only missed 1 free throw today. And that was back in the first half. So now he's in a rhythm. As it's 58-50 Windward leading by 8. But the Golden Eagles have done a great job getting to the free throw line, cut into the deficit while the clock is frozen. As Andrews, the one-man fast break, there's a foul.
So they missed, in Coach Pfaff's opinion, they missed the first foul, but there was a no-doubt call on the second one. He wants the foul right there, and then got it. So 15 foul on Clovis West.
And we'll see how they can get right involved into the offense. And there's a hard screen, like running into a brick wall, but it doesn't matter. A turnover. Phillips is fouled. And once again, they're going to the free throw line. Tillis is guilty of the foul. And these free throws are adding up for Clovis West.
Well, you make a bad decision in the pass you throw. Go back and run and get back on defense. No. You compound it, and we've said it at least 10 times today in the different games. You compound it by not going next play. You foul, you stop the clock, and you put Phillips, who's a very good free throw shooter, on the line with the clock stopped.
Phillips makes the first, and he will knock down the second. He's been busy with 11 points as well as some crucial baskets he's made as well. And the skip to Andrews, great pass by Harris. The one-man fast break. No, short on the layup. Here's the shooting machine, or should I say scoring machine. Anderson, no good. The ball has been flying everywhere. And they wanted a carry. You can see the coaches jumping up and down. And there's a mid-range jumper that's off. And Anderson fouls Tillis. A lot of things were going on there. We had a failed trap attempt. Then you get the carry that wasn't called, and now a foul to slow the game down. And as a coach, don't you teach players, hey, you got to close out under control? He just went right by him, a flyby.
Yes, and in that one, in Shapiro, yes, I know you just made a 3, but you need to make a little bit better decision at that point. Carry the game to 7, but gets bailed out by his teammate Tellis, and he's at the free throw line.
And he knocks down the first free throw. He now has 14 points on the game. Andrews has had a very productive game and quiet these last few minutes, but he will be subbing out.
I think he's cramping up a little bit. We saw him drinking some water, and it's an early season game, and I believe he's cramping up a little bit. And we've got a timeout on the floor. This broadcast of the NorCal Tip-Off Classic is brought to you in part by Recruiting Boost, Athletic College Placement Service. The NCS TV Summer Basketball Camp. Go to NorCalSportsTV.com/camp to learn more and get your $100 discount off camp tuition. Tuition for a camp. Let's call it something funner in the next time. We'll work on that. Silicon Valley Sports, svsportsllc.com for more information. Practice timing, created by coaches for coaches. The Maher Law Group, a professional law corporation. Straight Sports, custom uniforms, go to straightsports.com for more. Fit Pro Go, most delicious shake ever. American Asphalt, taking care of business in the Bay Area for over 35 years. We also have American Asphalt South. And the Soras team, Iron Key Real Estate.
As, of course, we thank our sponsors. It's 60-53, Windward leading Clovis West by 7 points. And that timeout, you could see Andrews, as you said, stretching out that left calf, wants that cramp to
I get it.
go
He's
away.
stretching his calf. Get him some Gatorade or some water as well.
Yeah, don't just have him stretch. And while he's stretching, Anderson's been stretching the nylon in the basket as he hits another shot. I understand you play man-to-man, you play physical, but Anderson has been scoring all over him. Would you go box and one and mix it up? I mean, some coaches like to mix it up on defense, but so far it just hasn't happened.
A little bit better help. A little bit better help. And I say that because Clovis West doesn't really have a big guy that's going to threaten the basket, so you can kind of cheat a player towards him.
As Tillis ripping, I love how he ripped through that trap there and getting the ball out. That way they can reset. They have a 5-point lead, so this game is getting into the grit of it.
Wright wants the basketball, working hard, putting a hand up, and then they call him for 3 seconds in the key.
I'm no official, but his foot was off of the key because you only need 1 foot to get off. It looked like his foot was out of the key before he called it. But, hey, that's why I'm up here and not down
And I
there.
love him flashing a hand, creating a target, keeping the defender on the shoulder, and being hungry for the basketball. They're going to need points from him in the close. Keep this lead.
There's just over 2 minutes to go. Now he's being guarded. Wow, he tried to guard Anderson, and that did not work. He hits another three-pointer, and he is flat out going off as Andrews now trying to avoid this trap. Oh, English with the ball is going to go up strong, and he will get the foul call.
Strong move by English. He catches and squares to the basket, and he's got a potential 2-on-1 situation with Wright, and here's Anderson's last 3. Ball fakes, attacks, is fouled, and get a couple of free throws. But unfortunately for Windward, he misses the first.
Well, yeah, they have to start making these, and you want to hear this. Cole Anderson has 35 points, a complete problem on the floor. So these free throws are very important. He misses both. Anderson saves it. And here comes Watts to Carr. Carr loses the basketball, a critical turnover, and Andrews is coming steaming down the floor, and no good. Wright couldn't finish on the putback, and a foul will be called.
Frustration foul on Wright. Misses the power layup, then comes back. Retaliation factor. We've seen it so often. And now Clovis West, Watts at the free throw line with a chance to tie this game.
Yeah, Watts with a great opportunity as he will be shooting 2 and try to tie this basketball game. And he hits the back iron on the first free throw. Richard checking in for Wright. And overall, it's been quite frustrating. And although he did have the 3 in the key, is it really his fault when he's open, calm for the ball, and the guards just aren't feeding him?
No, but 2 is I'm going to credit Clovis West has defended the basket. Being an undersized team, they've done a good job of defending the basket and not making it easy for Windward.
Harris going hard with that reverse layup, trying to finish. Richard with a tough rebound. You got to be a man down there, and you can add it. An and 1 for Richard. Using the basketball, chinning it, and then finishing strong down low.
Taking his time, missed shot, gets the ball. He knows he's in enemy territory, but shows the strength to get the and 1. And Andrews is once again on the sideline, but he's still. Get the kid some water. Get him some Gatorade.
Yeah, you got to give him something. Or they even have tablets now where you can take. I don't know if they have those, but something, anything helps at this point of the game. Anderson. He is not shy of the big moment. He's going to fire when he gets the ball.
So Windward will switch, play a little zone here. And I would imagine a lot of attention to Anderson.
Yeah, you see Anderson in the corner. And look at the pump fake and could not get anything going. Good defense by Tillis. Carr with the ball. Shot clock at 10 with just over a minute to go. Shot clock at 5. Carr trying to figure out where to go. An alley-oop, and Watts smokes the layup. Richard secures the rebound. A critical layup missed at this time. And Watts, they have not fouled, and we will get a timeout by the Wildcats.
Wow, that was a great ball fake by Carr to create the opening for his teammate. Unfortunately for Clovis West, they didn't finish at the basket. You're watching the 2019 NorCal Tip-Off Classic on NorCal Sports TV, presented by Recruiting Boost.
Do you need an aggressive and persuasive criminal defense attorney in Contra Costa, Solano, or Napa County? Contact Vincent R. Maher, attorney at law. You can benefit from the dedicated advocacy of an attorney who's one of the rare criminal trial lawyers in the state to be a specialist certified by the California State Bar. Contact him at 707-427-2800. 707-427-2800. Vincent R. Maher at the Maher Law Group, a professional corporation.
63-59, Windward with the basketball.
Yeah, Tillis with the ball. They could look to trap as they have all day. But Windward just trying to secure it. Maybe even a timeout would be nice. He's trapped in the corner, and it's a 5-second call. And just like that, the Golden Eagles have the basketball.
What I don't like about that is you're putting the ball into the near corners and allowing the trap. Keep the ball out of the corners, fellas.
Yeah, for the guards for the Golden Eagles, you have Carr dribbling up the floor, Anderson, and then number 0, Vang at the point guard. Anderson, three-pointer, and it's nothing but nylon, a big-time 3. It's 63-62, and mind you, if Watts didn't miss that layup, they would have a 1-point lead right now. As with 20 seconds to go, 63-62 as we see the replay. Inside-out basketball. Anderson, what a tough three-pointer. That's a bad man right there.
Might even a little bit a touch on his arm, but he's piling up the points. And we haven't mentioned he had 28 points in the opener. So strong opening to the 2020 season. I know we're in 2019, but we still call it the 2020 season. It's a 1-point game, and the Golden Eagles will pick up in the back court.
And now it's going to be tough. If you're Windward, you know they're going to trap. What do you do here?
You have to have great spacing, but everybody needs to come, and you said it earlier, Anthony, come and meet the basketball. Wherever it's thrown, go and get it. It seems so obvious, but go and be a magnet towards the basketball.
Well, let's see if they follow your advice, Chris. They're going to inbound the ball. He can run the baseline. He will. And there's that trap off the first pass again. Trying to find someone's Andrews, who throws a huge skip pass. And, oh, what a great touch pass from Richard to Tillis. But it was a foul beforehand.
But Anderson and Harris had a little contact at the top of the key and knocked down Anderson. They're not free if you don't make them.
Yeah, no, we are going to get a 1-and-1. Richard will make the front end. He had a nice, enthusiastic fist pump there. He's loving it. These are the moments you live for as a young basketball player. 64-62, Windward leads by 2 with 14.4 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. And on the back end, he makes it.
Does his job. Play defense without fouling if you're Windward.
Has 9 seconds to go in the fourth, and we're going to get a quick timeout by Wahlberg, and he's going to draw up some magic and try to tie this game, or maybe a quick bucket and a foul. What would you do here, Chris?
Well, Anderson has lit up the scoreboard today, but Coach Wahlberg could also use him as a decoy, trying to shift the defense, but you're down 3. So you've got to run a play that you're comfortable with, and these are situations that you practice even early in the season. They'll set the clock. We're down 3 with 10 seconds left in the game in these situations, and this is why you play high-quality opponents, is to get these opportunities. You might not be successful, but you learn and you grow from it. So get the ball. Let's make sure you get the ball inbounds, and somehow number 3 ends up with the basketball in his hands. But if he gets it and fakes, and they've got a quality guy that can hit a 3, that could work as well. So we'll see how Windward plays this. If they overplay Anderson, there might be an opportunity for one of his other teammates to hit a 3, but I think I'm going to go with 3 here.
Yeah, I would too. Anderson has 38 points. The rest of his team has 24 points. 9 seconds to go. It's a 3-point deficit for the Golden Eagles. A pull-up 3 on the right side. No good. That was a quick, tough shot. I don't know if that was the shot they wanted, but it was definitely unexpected. And there is a foul, and with these 2 free throws, they could close the door.
See, and it's a very difficult shot. But here you've got Tillis at the free throw line. You got to make sure, if you're Clovis West, block him out. He's going to get 2 free throws.
Actually, it's going to be 1-and-1. Yep, it will be 1-and-1. So if Tillis misses this free throw, they still have 4.4 seconds to hurry up and get a shot. And he makes it, and he's shaking his head like, hey, I've worked for this moment. I'm not missing these free throws. As now it's 66-62 Windward. And that free throw probably just did it.
And the message from the Windward coaching staff, don't foul. Don't stop the clock again. Let him go right to the basket. Let him shoot an uncontested 3. Do not foul.
Yeah, and Carr's just going to throw it up, and it wouldn't have done much anyway. And a big win for Windward. They advance to 5-0 as the final score is 67-62. Windward defeats the Clovis West Golden Eagles in another great and close game here at Newark Memorial High School.
You're watching the 2019 NorCal Tip-Off Classic on NorCal Sports TV, presented by Recruiting Boost.
Finding athletic college scholarships can be an overwhelming task for athletes. It's essential to utilize experts and former college coaches who know the ins and outs of college recruiting. At Recruiting Boost, we help prospective student athletes navigate the recruiting process from start to finish, ultimately helping them earn scholarship opportunities. We don't rely on cold emails or large databases. Instead, we have direct contact with college coaches through calls, texts, and social media. Contact us today.
So Dylan Andrews is our Recruiting Boost player of the game with his 25 points rather, and a hard-earned victory for the Wildcats.
Yeah, the sophomore definitely stepped up, hit some big-time shots, lit it up in the second half. Well-deserved, and what's even better than that, they get the W.
And we have him on the court with Rihanna Dizon, our player of the game.
I'm here with the Recruiting Boost player of the game, Dylan Andrews from Windward High School. Congratulations, Dylan. Great performance by you, ended with 25 points. What can you say about the team effort tonight?
Man, the team was great. We worked hard, we prepared for this moment, and we just practiced real hard. I got to give a great shout out to my leader, Dev, our senior. All players played well, so it was a great team. We played a great team. They was really phenomenal. It was a great game. Great.
It looked like a war zone out there, but you guys fought till the end. Is there a message you're trying to send about Windward to the rest of your opponents this season?
This is our season. We're coming. We're coming for everybody. We want all the smoke. We want everybody. We're coming.
He wants all the smoke. Everybody, you heard him. And you're only a sophomore, but you've got some big-time offers. To name a couple, you've got Stanford and UCLA on your list. What are some aspects that you're looking for in a school?
Just anywhere where I could fit in at. I'm a great player. I just want to help the program succeed and just be a big impact.
Well said. Good luck to you. Back to you, Chris.
Well, I like how he mentioned his teammate, Devin Tillis, brought his lunch pail and helped Windward with the victory. From Newark Memorial High School, where Windward High School beat Clovis West 67-62 to win this NorCal tip-off matchup. You've been watching NorCal Sports TV thanks to our crew, Jason Green, Ryan Castaneda, Sean Wilkerson, Rihanna Dizon, my broadcast partner, Anthony Silva, and our director, Dion I. I'm Chris Babcock here in New York. Good night, and thanks for being on the show.